always be kind. James and Joyce were a loving Labocania dinosaur couple. They both lived in a tiny cave near a lake, and everyone around was jealous of the perfect location of their cave. Cam, a cunning dinosaur, devised a plan. He went up to the couple and cried hoax that his daughter had fallen into the lake. He knew they couldn't swim, but would jump in to help. When they got drowned, he would take the cave. James and Joyce were ever so helpful and immediately sprang into action. James arranged for a long rope, and Joyce jumped into the lake to rescue Cam's daughter. Together, they looked for hours everywhere, but couldn't find Cam's daughter. Witnessing their kindness, Cam couldn't keep up the charade and apologized to them both. They simply said, "Don't apologize, Cam. Our kind efforts helped you abandon your evil ways. That's our gift from you. Now always be kind." Singing in the woods. Sally was a middle-aged Lexovisaurus dinosaur. She had a boring daily routine. From morning to evening, she would be at school, teaching little dinos, and then would be with her family until bedtime. But when everyone had slept, Sally would sneak out into the thick forest and stay there for hours. Sally's sister Molly noticed this and decided to follow her sister one day. Once the sisters reached the woods, Molly got the shock of her dino life. Sally was singing all by herself. Afraid of the reactions of other dinos, Sally sang melodiously to her heart's delight. Molly was in awe of her sister's talent. Immediately, Molly rushed back home, woke her family and neighbors up, brought them to the woods, and everyone heard Sally singing. Once her song was over, everyone cheered, and Sally never had to sing alone in the woods again. The Forest Fire. Minmi, Mutt, and George were best friends. They spent all day munching plants. One day a fire burnt all the plants on their side of the river. Hungry and in search of food, they found a bridge that led to the other side, a side ruled by a carnivore named Banjo. Unable to control their hunger, the three friends decided to cross the river. Banjo was infamous for eating whoever entered his land, and that frightened the three friends. As they stepped on the bridge, the dry leaves made crunching noise, and immediately Banjo attacked. Minmi and George ran away, but Mutt stayed put. On one side was the ferocious Banjo and the river flowing on the other. Pretending to recoil, Mutt swung his enormous tail, and Banjo fell into the river. Everyone cheered at the sight and happily moved to Banjo's side thanks to clever Mutt. John and his tire. John was a careless and bratty dino. He would often carelessly use things and end up breaking or losing them. No matter how much Mother Dino yelled at him, he never mended his ways. One evening, as he cycled around the neighborhood, a kind neighbor pointed out a loose tire in his bicycle. John simply overlooked it and cycled away. Just a few moments passed and a loud crash was heard. The tire broke loose and John crashed into a tree. Hearing the noise, all dinos gathered around. Moments later, the tire rolled down the slope and John followed, running after it and trying to get hold of it. Amused at the sight of a little bratty John running after the tire, everyone laughed and hoped that John had finally learnt his lesson.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.